In East Africa, a force is at work, one so powerful it is slowly tearing a continent in two. The Great Rift Valley, a scar stretching for thousands of kilometers, is more than a geological wonder. It's a stage for extraordinary human resilience. Here, communities live on ground that is literally pulling itself apart. At the heart of this story are the women of the Rift, keepers of tradition, nurturers, and the backbone of their families. When the ground cracks, it is their paths to water that are severed. When the rains fail, their struggle to feed their children intensifies. Yet, these women show a strength as formidable as the tectonic plates beneath their feet. Their story is one of adaptation, finding new ways to survive and thrive as the Earth changes shape. We'll explore the colossal geological engine driving Africa's transformation, but more importantly, we'll listen to the human heartbeat of the Rift. The lives of these women are a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and innovate. The African Rift reminds us that our world is never static. It is a living, breathing entity, constantly reshaping itself. Understanding this process is not just science, it's a lesson in humility and perspective. As we delve into this continental split, we uncover a profound story of survival, etched into the land and embodied by its people. The East African Rift System is one of Earth's most magnificent geological features, a vast network of valleys, volcanoes, and deep lakes stretching over 6,000 kilometers. It begins in Ethiopia's Afar Triangle and slices south through Kenya, Tanzania, and Mozambique, a complex series of fractures where the continent is being stretched thin. This process began millions of years ago and continues today, inch by inch. The rift is often called the cradle of humanity. It's where our earliest ancestors first walked the Earth. Its unique geology created a mosaic of environments that spurred evolution and nurtured our beginnings. Today, the rift is home to incredible biodiversity and fertile volcanic soils that feed millions. But, for the people living here, the slow stretching of the continent is a daily reality, shaping their lives and futures. The story of the rift is inseparable from the story of its people. To understand how a continent splits, we must look deep beneath our feet. Earth's surface is made of tectonic plates, enormous slabs of rock floating on the mantle. In East Africa, the African plate is slowly breaking into the Nubian and Somali plates, driven by heat rising from the core. This heat causes the crust to bulge, stretch, and eventually fracture, like heating a sheet of plastic until it cracks. The stretching thins the crust, allowing magma to rise and form chains of volcanoes. Rifting happens in fits and starts. Strain builds silently, then releases suddenly through earthquakes or eruptions. In 2005, Ethiopia's Afar region saw a massive crack open, 60 kilometers long in just days, a dramatic glimpse into the continent's future. This process, called continental rifting, is the first stage in the birth of a new ocean. The Atlantic Ocean formed the same way, as continents drifted apart. What we see in Africa is a fundamental planetary process, not an anomaly. We are witnessing a new ocean in its embryonic stage, a slow-motion creation event unfolding over millions of years. The rift is a living laboratory, showing us how continents are shaped and reshaped. It's a reminder that the ground beneath us is never truly still, and for those living here, this science is not abstract. It's daily life. For many, the idea of the Earth splitting open is unthinkable. In the rift, it's reality. In 2018, a massive fissure appeared in Kenya, tearing across farmland and splitting a major road. Families awoke to find a chasm through their property. These cracks, triggered by tectonic stretching and heavy rains, can swallow crops, drain wells, and isolate communities overnight. The psychological toll is immense. Every tremor or downpour brings new anxiety. People learn to read the land, searching for signs of instability. This is not a single disaster but a chronic condition, a life lived in negotiation with the earth. Yet, life goes on. People adapt, building homes away from fault lines, creating new paths, and working the fertile soil despite the risks. Children play in the shadow of volcanoes, their games unfolding on a stage of immense power. The stories from the rift are not just of loss, but of ingenuity and the refusal to be defeated. Communities find ways to thrive, even as the ground beneath them shifts. These are stories of making a home in a place coming apart at the seams. They are stories of resilience. The rift is not just a valley, it's the birthplace of a future ocean. Right now, the crust is being stretched and thinned, forming steep escarpments and volcanoes. As the valley floor sinks, it will eventually drop below sea level, allowing ocean water to flood in. The Red Sea and Gulf of Aden are examples of rifts that have already become young oceans. Over millions of years, the rift will widen, and new oceanic crust will form as magma erupts along the rift's center. This process, called seafloor spreading, will eventually create a vast ocean basin. A large part of East Africa will break away, forming a new island continent, the Somali Plate. The evidence is written in the rocks, and the process is happening beneath our feet. It's a staggering transformation, redrawing the world map. The rift is a window into Earth's future. In Rift Valley communities, women bear the brunt of geological instability. They are primary caregivers, responsible for water, food, and firewood, tasks made harder by shifting ground. New fissures can cut off access to water, forcing women and girls to walk further, costing time and opportunity. The search for firewood becomes more dangerous as land degrades and distances grow. Women are often the main farmers, but unpredictable land and water threaten their crops and food security. As land fractures, conflicts over resources increase, and women, often with less secure land rights, are most vulnerable. These daily struggles are largely invisible to outsiders, but they underpin life in the rift. Women are on the front line, their resilience holding families and communities together. The women of the rift are not passive victims, they are agents of change. Drawing on traditional knowledge, they notice subtle changes in land and water, and devise solutions. Women form cooperatives, pooling resources and sharing knowledge to tackle common problems. They invest in rainwater tanks, start community gardens, and experiment with drought-resistant crops. Many lead tree planting initiatives, stabilizing soil and improving the local climate. Embracing new technologies like fuel-efficient stoves, they reduce the burden of firewood collection. Their leadership extends beyond practical solutions. They are the emotional and social anchors of their communities. They comfort neighbors after tremors, organize support, and maintain social cohesion. Their resilience is physical, emotional, and spiritual. These matriarchs are not just adapting, they are shaping the future. The East African Rift is more than a geological spectacle. It's a metaphor for change. It reminds us that the world is in constant flux, and transformation is a fundamental law of nature. The rift shows that out of separation, something new, a new ocean, a new world, can be born. This lesson is mirrored in the communities who call the rift home. Their ability to adapt is a testament to human resilience. The rift encourages us to think beyond the immediate, to see ourselves as part of a much longer story. It connects the deep interior of our planet with the lives on its surface. Most importantly, it links the impersonal forces of nature with personal stories of courage and survival. By observing the rift, we learn about the strength of community and the enduring power of hope. The story of the rift is a story of connection. The story of the East African Rift is still unfolding, written in earth, fire, water, and life. Science tells us a new ocean will one day split the continent, but the human story is just as profound. It's about the courage to live on shifting ground and the remarkable ability to adapt. The women of the rift are beacons of endurance, turning challenges into opportunities and building stronger communities. Their story reminds us that the best solutions come from within, driven by those most affected. As our own world changes, the lessons from the rift are more relevant than ever. The rift's story is universal, about our relationship with the planet and each other. It is a story of transformation and the enduring strength of the human heart.